Motivating employees to work at their full potential is the main premise of successful management. Eraldo Banovac. Employee recognition in the workplace presents a variety of challenges, yet it is entirely within an organization's power to overcome these obstacles and create an environment that fosters the recognition of employee excellence. In a world where employees strive for acknowledgement and validation, it becomes crucial to address the hurdles that hinder effective recognition. Whether it's a lack of awareness, inconsistent practices, or difficulties in evaluation, these challenges can be overpowered by implementing strategies to help create a culture of recognition. It can be incredibly frustrating to feel overlooked and unrecognized for our hard work, especially when others are consistently receiving well-deserved recognition. Employee recognition inequality is a critical workplace issue that can arise when an organization's acknowledgement and rewards are not distributed fairly among its workforce. This inequality can demotivate employees, lower productivity, and create a hostile work environment. To overcome these issues, organizations must establish clear objective criteria for performance evaluation and recognition. Transparency should be ensured in recognition practices, and ongoing training should be provided to management to avoid unconscious bias. Moreover, a regular review of recognition patterns can help identify any inadvertent inequalities. There are various sources of inequality in employee recognition, including favoritism, preferential treatment given to certain employees based on personal relationships rather than merit. Unconscious bias, unconscious prejudices, or stereotypes that influence recognition decisions. Lack of transparency, lack of clarity about what is being recognized and why, leading to perceived unfairness. Failure to align recognition with performance. Recognition given without consideration of actual performance can create a sense of inequality among employees. Inequitable access to opportunities. Some employees may have more opportunities to demonstrate their abilities and thus gain recognition. This can be due to an uneven distribution of high-visibility projects, bias, or structural inequities. Employee recognition fatigue is a term that describes the situation when recognition programs become less impactful over time due to being overused, poorly implemented, or not sufficiently individualized. If recognition is given out too frequently or is not tied to specific accomplishments, it may start to lose its meaning. Employees may begin to see recognition as just part of the routine, rather than a special acknowledgement of exceptional work. If recognition efforts are not personalized, or if the same type of recognition is given to everyone regardless of their individual preferences and motivations, it can lead to disengagement. They may feel that the recognition is not genuine or meaningful, leading to what could be termed as recognition fatigue. To avoid this, it's crucial for organizations to ensure their recognition efforts are well-planned and meaningful. Consider the following. Avoid overuse. While it's important to recognize good work, avoid giving recognition for every minor achievement. When it's given out too frequently, it can lose its value and lead to recognition fatigue. Vary the types of recognition. Use a mix of individual and team recognition, public and private recognition, and tangible and intangible rewards. This keeps the recognition program fresh and exciting. Ensure fairness. Ensure that recognition is given out fairly and not always to the same individuals. When employees feel that recognition is biased, it can lead to disengagement and resentment. Solicit employee input. Regularly ask employees for feedback on the recognition program. They can provide valuable insights into what types of recognition are most meaningful to them. Use a mix of formal and informal recognition. While formal recognition programs are important, don't overlook the power of informal day-to-day recognition. A simple thank you or words of appreciation can be very effective. Many companies fall into the misconception that effective employee recognition must be an expensive undertaking, overlooking the significant impact of non-monetary and cost-effective appreciation methods. Budget constraints in the context of employee recognition refer to the limited financial resources that an organization can allocate towards recognizing and rewarding its employees. In many companies, the budget allocated for employee recognition can be limited, which may pose some challenges in establishing a well-rounded and impactful recognition program. However, the key to an effective program isn't necessarily the amount of money spent, but the genuine appreciation and value placed on a person's effort and contributions. This includes understanding what truly motivates and matters to each individual. With creativity and resourcefulness, budget constraints can be overcome, leading to a motivated and engaged workforce. There are several strategies to overcome the challenges of budget constraints, including fostering a culture of recognition. A culture of appreciation and recognition can often be more meaningful than monetary rewards. This could be as simple as a verbal thank you, a written note, or a mention in team meetings. Implement peer recognition programs. Allow employees to recognize each other's efforts. This can be achieved through a system where employees can nominate each other for recognition based on observed behaviors or performance. Not only is this cost-effective, but it can also foster a strong sense of community and teamwork. Leverage non-monetary rewards. Not all forms of recognition need to be financially hefty. Recognition can take the form of flexible working hours, work-from-home options, additional vacation days, or the opportunity to work on special projects or tasks. Use intrinsic motivators. Recognition doesn't always have to come in the form of tangible rewards. Many employees value opportunities for personal growth and development, such as attending workshops or conferences, or gaining new experiences and responsibilities. Every employee is a unique blend of skills, talents, and motivations, enhancing the diversity of an organization. Unfortunately, many organizations make the mistake of implementing a one-size-fits-all approach to employee recognition, not taking into account these differences. By doing so, they fail to tap into the personal motivations and values of their employees, making their recognition efforts less impactful and meaningful. Generic recognition, such as standard bonuses or appreciation certificates, while appreciated, may not resonate deeply with every employee. This is because what motivates and matters to one individual may not hold the same value for another. For example, an introverted employee might feel uncomfortable with public recognition in a company-wide meeting, while extroverted employees might thrive on it. Similarly, a team that has been working late nights might appreciate extra time off more than a financial bonus. To avoid these pitfalls, organizations should strive to personalize their recognition efforts. One way to do this is to understand the individual preferences of employees, which could be gathered through direct conversations, surveys, or even observation. Detailed recognition shows that the organization values their specific contribution and understands their role. Many organizations continue to make the critical mistake of primarily focusing on yearly award programs as a primary method of acknowledging employee contributions. This approach overlooks the continuous, day-to-day achievements and efforts that keep the business moving forward. The gap between recognitions can make employees feel overlooked and undervalued, which may affect their job satisfaction and productivity levels. It's common for organizations to overly rely on annual rewards such as Employee of the Year or Top Sales Performer to recognize their staff's accomplishments. These awards, while meaningful, are often highly competitive and only acknowledge a small number of employees each year. For example, consider a customer service representative who consistently resolves issues effectively and contributes to high customer satisfaction scores each month. This representative may not be the one with the highest number of resolved cases and therefore might not win the Customer Service of the Year award. Yet their consistent performance is crucial to maintaining a good brand reputation and customer loyalty. To address this, companies can implement recognition programs that reward employees on a more frequent basis. This can include events or awards on a monthly or weekly basis, recognizing different categories of performance. This way, they can maintain a continual cycle of recognition and motivation, boosting employee engagement and productivity throughout the year. Now let's look at a practical illustration. Maggie was the proud owner of Country Brews, a small yet popular coffee shop located in a beautiful country park. The shop was a popular stop for park visitors who loved to grab a drink after their adventures in the park. However, Maggie found herself facing a problem at the coffee shop. Her hard-working baristas, the heart of her cafe, were not receiving the same amount of recognition as the front-of-house staff who directly interacted with customers. She also found that the annual appreciation dinner was losing its appeal, with employees viewing it as a mandatory ritual rather than a thank you for their dedication. These challenges were made even harder by a lean budget, which kept Maggie from developing any high-priced recognition initiatives. After evenings of brainstorming ideas, Maggie came up with a thoughtful recognition system called Barista of the Week. It was a program that shone a spotlight on every role within the cafe, emphasizing the importance of each team member's contribution. To overcome the budget constraints, Maggie resorted to simple gestures. She started leaving handwritten notes for her employees and set up a board in the cafe for customers and staff to pin up appreciation notes. These low-cost yet effective initiatives had a profound impact on the staff at the cafe, making every employee feel valued and recognized.